Alright, so what are our numbers looking like anyway? We've got 14,500 basically oxygen, 6.7 heat, 14.3 pressure, and almost 5,000 gram per second biomass. Nice. Any of these ready yet? Yes. Not yet, not yet. Okay, well I can make more fertilizer for now. We'll use this for that instead of the explosive powder. Cool. And that allows us to... Now we can upgrade one and place down a new plant spreader, or flower spreader if we want. Or send up more rockets. I think I should just send up more rockets, right? Isn't that just always going to be the better option a lot of the time? I think it is. I think a lot of the time it's just more rockets. That means I need a lot more iridium, which we are working on. Okay, yes. So, no, I can't send up that many rockets yet. I can send up one. And then I also make a tier 2 flower spreader. Except I don't have the super alloy for that. Also, I want the iridium rod to be able to make the extractor. So I hate dealing with scarcity. It still comes up every now and then. We move through one phase of scarcity with aluminium. Now we've got way too much of that. We still have to deal with other scarcities. Well, first let's go and collect some more of the iridium that's hanging around. Looks like we might have reached moss levels already. Well, that'll be enough for another rod anyway. So we don't have any plants on this side of things now, unfortunately. That's the other thing, is that on the one hand, you like the idea of spreading things further, but realistically, once you get like the fuses and stuff, you always want to just stack. Because you just keep putting more marine optimizers, more machine optimizers, and more fuses on the same stack of things that are creating, and it just boosts them entirely. And then just do a ton of rockets. So the min-maxing in this game is sadly one-dimensional. I mean, it's always the way with min-maxing and things. It's never going to be as interesting. So I still want to do a little bit of spreading as well as concentrating on what's going to be most efficient. Cool, that's given us a bunch more rods. We need more super alloys. Another 350. We also wanted the other fuse optimizer, I think. Was there a reason we weren't doing that? Oh, explosive powder. We don't have the explosive powder. That's fine. So we've got 4, I think, now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So then we'll put a 5th over here. So that's it for this side. One, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. I mean, we could have boosted the algae as well, to be perfectly honest. But right, and then with our spare fertilizer, we want to send a rocket as opposed to doing an upgrade. But for that, we need to have at least 3 super alloy. So there was the extra 2 super alloy we were making. So now we can send off that rocket. Put those 2 away. Empty out this and put everything away. Tier 4 drill. Now we're talking. I seem to remember that using a lot of materials though. Tier 4 drill, where are you? Yeah, 6 super alloy and 3 osmium each. But my word, does it produce a lot of pressure. But yeah, we really need to set up an extractor specifically for super alloy. So these tracks, we don't unlock anything else for a long time now. We're expected to focus on biomass. General tracks, so biomass screen, don't care. Orbital information, Oh, seed spreader rocket, there we go. So 650. that's what we're working our way towards, is 650, because that's the oxygen ramp. It's weird that you get oxygen before, or you get plant before oxygen. Alright, step 1. Let's go fire off another plant rocket to boost that more. Plant rocket. Boost. Off you go. What's going on over here? Oh, mushrooms. Huh. Okay. Do you keep growing, or are you a one-off? I guess we'll find out. Well, that allows us to make bioplastic nuggets more easily, so that's handy. Huh. I like that idea. Can I find some place that grows eggplants, please? That would be really handy. Let's go drop these off then. A lot more mushrooms. Be interesting to see if they respawn. I would guess not, because respawning materials feels a little bit broken a lot of the time in this game, but you never know. I mean, the next thing after moss is fungi, generally, so it does make sense. Okay, there's more mushrooms over here. Oh, and more iridium. I mean, we'll leave that iridium, to be honest. We could make a bigger locker in our other base there, though, and at least put it in there so it's not loose on the ground. I don't think it despawns, but just in case it does. There's a lot of, like, tier 1 drills and stuff that we just need to go around upgrading to tier 2s as well. We do have a locker in here already. Good. Some titanium. Okay. Oh. And an eggplant. Randomly. What else do we have in here anyway? More seeds. Okay, good to know. Alright. And a spare iridium rod if we want to deconstruct that heater and move it somewhere else. Oh, there's a tier 3 bio thing up here too. All of my random stuff that I just left lying around when I was first ramping things. That's funny. That could just stay there. Why not? I was meant to do sulfur first, not iridium, wasn't I? Because we want to make the explosive powder to get the extra machine optimizer. Have I been to you before? You're hidden. Another ox. Okay, so now I want 3 fuses. Okay. Cool. I came completely the longest way that I could have, because I could have just come around the other side to where my base actually is anyway. We now have some pools as well, interestingly. Yeah, I think I still have a tier 2 crafter in here. Yep. For some reason. Oh, and some, like, uranium randomly. Alright. Cool. Handy. Okay, well this is the base that I can then expand to put lockers and stuff in from my extractor. Really don't need these solar panels here. That's fine. Extractor. Oh, I need a super alloy. Why do I not have a super alloy? Oh, well that's annoying. I also don't have a... Okay, well, I was about to say I don't have cobalt, but I now have cobalt. I don't need magnesium. There's got to be magnesium around. Oh, but then the aluminium that I'll be using to make the super alloy is the one that I need. Well, then I can deconstruct that and then I'll have 3. So there's that. Yeah, I just need to do funky stuff for now because I forgot to grab that with me for some reason. That's weird. Okay, well now you should be digging up sulfur. Yeah. And then we also want to just expand out this even more, I think. It won't let me put it there. That's annoying. Let's grab these, actually, you know what? We should grab these resources first before they get inaccessible. It doesn't want to go there because of the rock. That's annoying. But... Oh, even that doesn't curve enough? Rude. Okay, well, whatever. What do we need more of? Need more titanium, I think, and 2 more iron, I think, as well. To then be able to extend this off even further. Yeah, 2 iron. There's a lot of dolomite up here too, given that I've exhausted that from back at base. So I'll need to come back with another aluminium to be able to make another crafting thing for the iridium side of things. Oh, there was a big crate over here too. I can't remember if I actually took everything out of this. Probably not. No, definitely not. Okay. And some of it is useful stuff too. Okay. Well, let's expand this out first. And now let's just grab the other iron out of there to be able to make some lockers. More lockers. Also, there's the other one over here. Did I even notice this one before? Probably not. Because there's a lot of good stuff in here. Okay, I just didn't even notice this one before, I feel. Well, now I can recreate my crafting thing again. Maybe. I need titanium and magnesium for that, but... Also not sure that really building out a base in the P-zone is really the best place for it, but whatever. I'm here now. Okay, then we can do lockers all around the room. Let's go grab some more stuff out of here. Certainly the more iridium. I mean, given that that's kind of the other thing that I wanted, if I take back all of that anyway. And rods, and uranium, and another one of those. Okay. Maybe drop off the iridium, and instead... Oh, do we have enough for a rod? No, too short for a rod. Can make a uranium rod, though. We have enough loose stuff back at base as it is, I think. Okay, that's good. Okay, so there, we now have a lovely lake over here that didn't used to be there, and there's a wreck that we never explored. So, the other thing to bear in mind now is that we've got lakes around the place. Previously, we would have found... Oh, we're going the wrong way, I think. We're going to go south. No? Southwest. Previously, we might have found traces of, like, other people's bases and stuff. We're no longer going to be able to see them openly if they're underwater, so going to have to start doing some swimming as we go around. Right. We want to keep 4 on us and just make 2 explosive powder. Actually, we want to make... I should have done... Oh, I couldn't have done this elsewhere. We make 4 explosive powder, come to think of it, because we have 2 fuses that we can add on, don't we? Yes. So we can have 3 machine optimizers in one place until we are able to make the tier 2, in which case it all goes away because we only need 1, because 1 takes 3 fuses. I keep coming over there, but I don't have a blueprint thing over there. When do we get the tier 2 machine optimizer, actually? It's not for a while, I think, isn't it? Yeah. 1.85 millikelvin heat? That's a long way away. Okay. Oh, we have tier 4 heater now. I remember those being huge. But 538 instead of 28. I mean, it's a no-brainer. For 3 times the energy, you get, yeah, so much more heat. What do they need? Oh, an explosive powder. Okay. I can make one of those soon. Well, concentrate first. Let's just concentrate on our oxygen, because that's the one that actually gives us the best yield. So now we can just go bang, bang. Okay, that one went a bit further away than I expected, but you can go there, and you can go there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Super alloy barrage. Okay. Now this can be fatal. Because they love to come down and smack down where you are standing. I need to empty my inventory so I can come out and just hoover up as much as I can. Dolomite can just go in here. That's fine. You guys in here. Along with you. It's like an orbital bombardment from a Star Destroyer or something. I hope lots of them hit over near the lake and they all just roll down into it. I'm gonna need to eat. They do despawn quickly is the other problem. But yeah, a lot of them are over here. I'll take as many as I can get. Well, so much for resource scarcity. I think we're good. It's on the water's edge like that. It really doesn't like you picking things up. Where's the other best place to collect them? Where do they land? Over this way further, I think. Yeah, it's rolling down the hill. There's tons up here, perfect. And they're going to start disappearing pretty quickly before I can go and drop off a load and come back again, I imagine. Yeah, oh, yep, they're already disappearing. Oh. We got a bunch. The whole fact that they disappear is a bit silly to me. If you want them to be more scarce, just don't have as many come down. If you're gonna have them all bombard like that, like, what, am I supposed to believe that they evaporate or something? Go. 2 off having a full inventory anyway. Yeah, I don't think super alloy just dissolve. Yeah, they're probably all gone by now. Still, that is rather handy. You guys can just go on to that one now. So was I, like, short of them for any reason? Well, explosive powder. I need 1 more sulfur again? Okay, I need to go back and get more sulfur, and this time actually focus on getting more sulfur. Because then I can make a tier 4 heater, which will just be funny, because it's much bigger than any of these. What else was I thinking about in terms of... There's the vehicle station as well. So I can make one of those, and at least remind me what I needed for the actual rover itself. I think I needed rockets, randomly. If I build that over by the landing pad, maybe? It's just very cramped on this island now. So I feel I should probably put it somewhere a little bit further away. Even though it'll mean still having to ferry resources from its inventory. It'll at least be a little bit further away. Maybe we just park it down here or something, I don't know. How big is it? I can't even remember how big it is. Something like this. Oh wait, it only has a ramp one direction? That's weird. Okay, well, let's put that down like... into the water, maybe? Sure, why not? There we go. What does it need for this? Yeah, 2 rocket engines, uranium, okay, silicon, fabric, and iron. And then equipment increase. Yeah, it's so much investment for all of the upgrades is the problem. Unlimited oxygen, need 4 zeolite. I think I've only found 1. And without being able to breathe in the vehicle, can snap to your rocket platform? I'm sure it can, but don't really have room for it there. Inventory increase, equipment increase, yeah, it's handy, but at the same time, it's kind of, it's too much investment. And without being able to breathe, I'm better off just zooming around making bases. The only thing it's good for is teleporting your inventory back. That's pretty niche. Gas extractor. Alright, I should make one of those as soon as possible, probably. I need 2 zeolite for that. I think I only found 1. And even that was, like, lucky. Yeah, I've only got 1 of those. Alright. I mean, they did just start randomly cropping up around the world last time around. I can make a lake water collector too, now that I got all those random mushrooms. Let's do that. If I can. I can't remember what else they need. Water, definitely. Silicon. Cool. Okay, 3 silicon. That's enough for that. Good. And then one of those, and one of those. Cool. Not that I really need to be able to collect more water just yet, but later on with an auto crafter, you can just then get it to produce bacteria. Can you let me hover again, please? I'm going to put that down there, so that way it's right next to this. So, what was the plan now? Iridium base, I seem to remember. Now, I did create some safety bases over near the Iridium zone as well. Oh, first, sulfur. We need more sulfur. Let's go do that. Right, this whole biome here I have not been to yet. There's this big lake that would once have been just a big basin. And this is the thing, is that I've been focusing a bit too much in some ways on the actual terraformation. Last time around, I dallied on the terraformation, which wasn't great in terms of the end game. But the advantage was that at least I got to see a lot of the world before it changed. Whereas now, I'm only seeing things for the first time after they've already been affected. It's before we get plants and stuff at least, so it's still not too bad. So sulfur up there, iridium around the back. Also wondering whether or not there's any more of those like green crates around. There's bound to be somewhere. Pretty OP when you have the largest inventory on it? Yeah. The issue is that it's a lot of upgrades to get to the full inventory. Let's drink that now while I'm thinking of it. Let's empty out this. So you don't get much sulfur out of these. Okay, I can now start making lockers though. For everything else, same as I do at every other extractor base. So I'll just put everything in here for now. Eventually that'll become split up into all of the other components. But at least it's a way of us getting... Actually, that can stay there. Way of us getting more sulfur than what we can find naturally. But first let's just basically fill up, because I want to make a lot more explosive powder and fertilizer. So I think all we really care about doing in the short term plant-wise is upgrading the other one that we've got lying around outside the base in the machine optimizer zone. And then after we've upgraded that one, then I'm not sure that we mind so much about the actual flower spreaders or plant spreaders at that point. Instead, I just want to send up more and more rockets. It's actually probably a tipping point where an extra plus 1,000 is actually not as valuable as an extra flower spreader Mark II. Not sure. No, because the extra plus 1,000 is universal. So if you have 5, 6 or 7, they all ramp. Whereas adding just one more down, you get a maximum of like 1,100. Oh, there's a thing up there as well, actually. You can either try and jetpack boost up or build stuff. I mean, basically I just haven't crunched the numbers, but there will be a calculation that you'd be able to do to figure out whether or not, at what point is it worth making more flower spreaders or making more rockets. But for now, let's just grab out 4 of these, a couple of those, Make a couple more of those. And we will be making some tier 4 heaters shortly. Yeah. So we've got 3 tier 3s here. Another iridium rod there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not enough for another rocket just yet. Though, again, it's like, what's more important? Plants or heat? I mean, I do want heat, so I guess maybe that. At least these don't take up... Oh, I actually had 4 here already. Good, okay, in which case I do have the iridium rods for an extra one. So then it's just a case of 6 super alloys. And since I got a ton of those recently, let's just stick these out the back here. And bang, bang. Nice. Alright, that's going to make our heat pop off a little bit more. I should have compared the numbers, actually. Okay, well, it's now 26,000, and it was definitely only single thousands before. So that's nice to see. Alright, time for a short break. Well, I seem to have come back at a fortuitous time. Oh, we are full up on aluminium again. Okay. Let's just get this out of my inventory so that I can collect more of these. Because I really needed more super alloy just yet, but, you know, I'll take it. I won't gift meteors in the mouth. Okay, I thought there was more part of falling down here. Still going. I'm surprised I've been hit yet, to be honest. I remember in the first game there was an achievement for getting hit by a... Well, I mean, same game, but... Oh, there we go. There is an achievement for being hit by an asteroid. I would have got it if I hadn't already gotten it. Like, early on, it's... You've got to maneuver yourself to get hit by one of the slow ones. As soon as you start getting these, though, it's like, yeah, just go outside. You'll get hit pretty soon. Oh, Jesus, so many stuff. So many sitting around here. Can I get inside? Drop these off somewhere? I don't even have a spare container to put them in, I don't think. Inventory full, okay. Problem is, I'll go in, I'll come out, and everything will be gone. We can try going over to the other side of the algae lake, maybe? Maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, there's a locker down here, so we can use that one. And that one. And let's just see if there's any left over this side of the lake. Not optimistic, because they do disappear fast. And I feel that they probably just immediately disappear as soon as you go inside, to be honest. Oh, still some. Good. Oh, it disappeared right in front of me. Yeah, they do not like to stick around, do they? Not the face achievement, yeah. I think the easiest one to get that with is actually the pulsar quartz, since it's such a slow one, but I think it probably kills you immediately. Okay, well we got 2 more out of it. Okay, and then we have a spare iridium rod as well, which we were going to use for a rocket, I think. I think that was the idea. So we'll actually use a couple of these to make one of those, and now we've been neglecting our tree bark again. Really should be a bigger container. Keep one of them on us. We'll go fetch a lerma seed. We'll need a fertilizer, but we should be able to make one of those now. We ideally want to make 2, in fact. because we also want to upgrade our... Yeah, these are all ready by now. Yep. Just need one of those as well. You're probably also all ready. Yeah, we've lost our offset now. That's alright. You know what? Let's just make 4. If we can. We can. Cool. And eventually we'll also want tier 2 fertilizer. We've already got squash. That's where we need another zeolite to be able to make the extractor. We want to upgrade that to that, which means we need 1 more super alloy. Get the water bottle when we deconstruct that. Oh, tier 2 food grower. Excellent. Okay. Oh no, I just harvested things. That's nice. Ah. That needs fertilizer. The original one didn't. This one does. Right. Okay. Well, the 2 fertilizer that we have extra will sink into that and have 2 eggplant growing faster than the others. So first things first, we have you over here. You're a tier 2. You are the tier 1, right? Yep. And theoretically, I should also replace what was in you with more of the Tusker seeds because they're 400s. But I like to have variety. So we'll have the others. But everything else is tier 2. And we have our 3 machine optimizers. So each of these should be boosted. Yeah, 1900%. Lovely. 2100%. Excellent. And then we'll deconstruct one of our grass spreaders to get a lerma seed. It's kind of diminishing returns, like the first time you get a 1000% boost, it's like, oh wow, that's amazing. And then cumulatively it is nice still. But it's like the 10th 1000% is not as impactful as the first 5. In terms of your rate of increase, anyway. Should we just make a bunch more bacteria samples now, probably? Yeah, because these are all ready again. Oh, and it's the extra inventory I have on me. Okay, with all of our extra... Let's actually put those away and go collect the others so they don't get too offset. With all our extra aluminium, I should actually be just upgrading a bunch of the tier 1 solar panels to tier 2s, because I've still got a bunch of them hanging around. Ah, 1 extra. You know what? Let's just do that. Because I'm going to have so much extra water soon. My lake collector is probably full. So let's put all of you away that I can, which is not even all of them. This is where the autocraft is handy, that you can just dedicate algae and water into just making bacteria. These are finished, especially since that just rained. I don't know if it does make a difference, but I definitely feel it should. Right, let's just clear out those and make what we can. Because these are really good. Are really good when it comes to the trade rocket as well, just because they're simple. So that will be 3 circuit boards, super alloy. I can make some super alloy rods. Minus 425 energy per second is a bit rude. Okay, so a couple of super alloy. These 2 here, I guess. Actually, those 2 maybe become... Did I get another mushroom seed? No. I think I did see one somewhere. I need to collect more seeds from elsewhere again. But we'll just make 2 new ones instead, right? It's better than... There we go. And then these can be eggplants there. So growth speed 1.1 instead of 0.6. Kind of weird. Instead of just like, I don't know, 0.5 and 1? What is it? Or it should be 1. Like tier 1 food grower should be growth speed 1.0. And then a tier 2 food grower can be 1.6 or something, right? Doesn't that make sense? Tier 1 should be 1. That's your point of reference, right? How do you know that, 0.6 of what? So we've got 34,000 oxygen, 26,000 heat, and 18,500 pressure. We can now make some tier 4 drills if we do want to, because we do have a lot of spare super alloy. It's almost a case of you do that until you run out of things to unlock on this track. It takes ages to get to tier 3 ore extractors, I guess. Maybe we just go slap a few of those down. The fact that we're getting the super alloy meteor showers now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 4. Yes, that's 4 of them, and then we can... we can't fit in all of the osmium that we need, though. Okay, we can make 3 at a time. I mean, I do also need more osmium at some point. Maybe we just make 2. It's still going to be a massive boost to our pressure generation, so 2 is fine. And we'll just put them over on the hill over here or something. They're not the true behemoths, because we do eventually get tier 5s, I think, which are absurd. But it's a good start. They do also do heat as well as pressure. Our terraformation index is starting to skyrocket, which is nice. Now, the 2 tier 4 heaters there are from the 4 that we had in our base here. Let's make sure we've got some water on us. There was 4 heaters up at the top base there as well. So we need 2 explosive powder and 6 super alloy. Cool. Let's go upgrade the 4 that are up here into 2 tier 4s. And since our heat is already being boosted by rockets, then they'll immediately be even more productive. Unfortunately, I don't think it tells you the individual stats. I don't think they do get boosted. We'll find out. What's it meant to be? It's meant to be 538. 28 and 538. Yeah, it just says 28. It doesn't say what it is, including the rockets. We should actually put them down by our main base with the other 2, just in case we get any heat fuses in future. And we can boost them locally before they get boosted with the global as well. So I believe that's the way it works, that like they get boosted locally, the number that you see from the machine optimizer, that's the initial number, and then that's what gets times by 1000% or however many 1000% by the others. So let's put down another couple here. And then we've got space for some machine optimizers in here. We want. Good. And we are 3, 2, 1, 420. Nice. So what are our numbers now? 46,500 heat, 34,000 oxygen, 67,500 or almost 68,000 pressure. Lovely. And a bunch of resources that we need to get off us, which we should try and turn into more super alloy, to be honest, just for the sake of condensing them down. I think that's enough. 3. Good. Maybe we do just make the tier 2 jetpack now, because we can. No, we'll wait until we get, like, osmium extraction, and then we'll worry about that.